Bookout Entertainment and Cool Stories presents Hero Cool, The Princess Rescue, Part 1. Now, before he was Hero Cool, he was an average kid, just about your age. He was known for his great imagination and for being a huge hero fan. Then, one fateful day, when he decided to become a hero, a thunderbolt came crashing down from the heavens, transporting him to the hero realm, a secret world in which all the heroes you've ever heard of are real. There, he went on many great adventures with legendary characters, learning the ways of a hero. Now, back in our world, he's the most famous adventure hero ever known. That is coolness to the fullness. While he has no superpowers, per se, he does have incredible fighting skills, extreme acrobatics, and the uncanny ability to escape, going on perilous missions to help others. With his ever-present help, Skydove.
Danger! Dead ahead, Hero Cool!
And defeating the forces of evil in the coolest way possible. He is known only as Hero Cool. Hello, heroes! Welcome to the world's most exciting adventure show, Hero Cool! This is your old friend and storyteller, Professor Bookout here. I hope you're ready for today's thrill ride. It'll start with a bang and only build excitement till you're on the edge of your seat, so be careful if you're driving. Now, I don't have to tell you who Hero Cool is. He's an adventure hero adored by millions of fans and feared by outlaws near and far. While the world follows his exploits on the news and social media, only here can you get the real, complete story. Because Hero Cool has entrusted me to share his adventures with just a select few. He tells me everything that happens on his missions, and of course Skydove gives me all the recordings. All that so I can pass it on to you and a few other heroes. Perhaps you're even a hero in training. At any rate, all those with a true heart of a hero can receive this broadcast. You see, with our cutting-edge technology, any bad guys trying to listen in will find their phone or computer immediately disintegrated. After all, we can't have this sensitive hero information falling into the wrong hands now, can we? Now, with today's story, Hero Cool begins a brand new adventure. Here's a teaser. There's a beautiful princess, a mysterious airship, and cloud ninjas. You heard correctly. I suppose everything started with that distress call from the Princess of Utopia. Hero Cool was in his fortress of coolness, just finishing up a daily regimen of 5,000 jumping jacks.
Sir, a distress call is coming in from the Utopian Kingdom.
Thanks, Skydove. Put it up on the monitor, full screen. Hello, this is Hero Cool. The Princess of Utopia appeared on the computer screen. Now, she is said by many to be one of the most beautiful women on the planet, but her real strength is in being a brilliant leader of her small but vibrant country of Utopia.
Hero Cool, you've got to help us. My castle is under attack.
Great Scott! Who is attacking you, Your Highness?
I'm not for sure. I've boarded my room up at the top of the castle, but my palace guards are no match for these men. They have laser guns.
Do they wear white helmets and are terrible shots?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that rules out one possibility. Hold tight, Princess. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Hero Cool, it is vitally important that...
We lost the signal, sir.
Dovey, we can't let anything happen to the princess. I must leave at once for Utopia.
Yes, I know you have special feelings for the princess.
What? Of course not. I just hate to see a damsel in distress, that's all.
Yes, of course, sir. Well, you have been her hero numerous times ever since you saved her cat.
Ah, royal fluffy pants, yes. I still have the claw marks to prove it. You see, a couple years before this story, the world was watching another story, a live hostage situation, involving the royal cat of Utopia. Anyway, it seems that a terrorist had strapped the particularly large feline to a rocket and were threatening to launch it up in the sky if the princess did not meet their cash demands. But when the rocket was inadvertently launched, the world looked on hopeless as the cat headed upward. The princess was in shock. Her beloved pet would be blown to smithereens in the sky. I remember those close-up TV images of her trembling lips and the tears streaming down her face. Then, Up in the sky, the camera zoomed in on him. It was Hero Cool. He was standing atop a skyscraper. Crowds broke into applause. He shot out his grappling hook and caught the rocket as it whizzed by. It pulled him up into the sky. He managed slowly to climb his way up to the rocket. No one, not even Hero Cool, knew when the rocket might explode, but he was undaunted. He finally reached the royal kitty and cut him loose, securing the cat into his jacket. The princess and the world held their breath as Hero Cool jumped from the rockets moments before it exploded into a ball of fire. No one could see anything through the clouds of smoke. They simply waited for a sign of hope. Then, there it was! The famous blue parachute slowly drifting toward the earth. Hero and cat unscathed. Wild cheers and applause broke out in the streets and all over the world. And who could forget that live moment of television history when Hero Cool handed the cat back to the grateful princess? Their eyes locked for the first time, and a great friendship was born. But now, back to today's adventure. The princess was the one under assault in her own castle and calling on her hero once again for help.
We will do everything we can, sir, to save your girlfriend.
My girlfriend? Whoa.
I mean your friend girl, of course, sir. Hero Cool, someone has breached fortress security.
Hero Cool spun around just in time to see an arrow headed right for him. He bent over backwards, Matrix style, as he watched the razor-sharp arrow sail just inches above his face. He straightened back up, only to see another approaching arrow. He jumped forward over the arrow, performing a perfectly executed aerial. While hovering above the arrow, Hero Cool reached down with lightning-quick speed and snatched the moving arrow out of midair. Landing on his feet, Hero Cool continued the forward motion of his arm, thrusting the arrow toward the intruder. The arrow struck the cable of the foe's crossbow, splicing it in two and rendering it useless. Then, Hero made eye contact with the crossbow-wielding intruder, the fashion assassin. He was a killer for hire who was always trying to set the next fashion trend. They last tangoed when Hero Cool uncovered the assassin's sinister plot to eliminate all the Disney princesses. Today, he was sporting a lime green fur jacket, purple shorts, and red cowboy boots.
Stay away from Utopia, Hero Cool. It'll be a dead end for you.
Wait a minute, something looks different about you.
You know good and well you sliced off me ponytail last time we fought.
Yes, shorter hair, that's it.
Yeah, and guess who my greatest nemesis is now, mate?
Based on your outfit, I'm going to guess the fashion police?
Ha, very amusing. Anyway, consider yourself warned. My employer is a very dangerous fellow. Got it, mate?
How about this, mate? I hit you so hard, you land on a planet where your clothes are actually in style.
Stay away from your girlfriend, and do not pursue this mission.
She's actually not my... Just as Hero Cool took a step toward him, the assassin threw down a flash bomb and disappeared in a puff of smoke. You see, the fashion assassin is only good at sneak attacks. He would be no match for Hero Cool in a fight, hence the cowardly exit.
He's gone, sir. No life sign readings.
Well, besides the obvious need to work on our fortress security system, what do you make of all that, Dovey?
When this story breaks, the whole world will assume that you are on a mission to save the princess. Seems someone was trying to cancel your mission before it even starts, sir.
Yes, I wonder who he's working for this time. Nevertheless, we must get to Utopia, quickly. Time to weaponize. Hero Cool quickly ran to his favorite room in his fortress, the weapons chamber, where a wide array of guns, swords, and various other dangerous things awaited his use. Hello, my little beauties. Who should I take with me today? He grabbed his famous pair of twin sidearms. Ah, my trusty air blasters. Those are his cool-looking quick-draw guns that shoot out a painful blast of air, perfect for shooting the guns out of bad guys' hands. They were nicknamed Silver and Scout. He gave them a spin on his fingers and slid them into his side holsters as he gave his trademark catchphrase, coolness to the fullness. Oh, Hero Cool wants me to remind everyone that catchphrase is actually trademarked, but as a fellow hero, you can feel free to use it around the house or whatever. Then he grabbed his trusty boomerang called Boomer, which sometimes has a mind of its own, so I'm not entirely sure why he calls it trusty. All right, Boomer, promise me no mission mishaps this time, and you can go with He slipped the boomerang into his belt. Then he grabbed True Blue. That's his famous switchblade samurai sword. It looks just like a sword handle, but with the push of a button, a blue steel blade springs forth. He secured the sword hidden on his back. He grabbed some duct tape from the Phoenix Foundation and his Skywalker belt grappling hook, and he slipped them into his Jack Bauer bag as he considered some more accessories. My exploding number cubes. Nah, a little too dicey for this mission.
Sir, you wanted me to warn you when you were taking too long in the weapons chamber.
Ah, yes, of course. The mission awaits. Now, fully weaponized, he quickly made his way to the booster blaster. It's quite amazing. It's a powerful catapult-like contraption that blasts you off into the air right at a specific target. Hirocool entered in the coordinates for the capital city of Utopia and stepped into the booster. Skydove gave her usual precaution.
Sir, are you sure you want to use the booster blaster? It is pretty dangerous. Maybe we should check in with the Hero Realm first?
What are you talking about, Dovey? I've got this. Now, Skydove is a very mysterious force. She was sent to Hirocool from the Hero Realm to be his ever-present help in times of trouble. In our world, she's a lot like a supercomputer with artificial intelligence. She has her eye on the whole world with access to all kinds of information, satellite imagery, and she can access almost any computer in existence. She talks to Hirocool through his wristwatch, where her voice is secretly coded only to his understanding. She tries to keep Hirocool safe, mainly from his own overconfidence and his more dangerous ideas. Oh, and don't forget her bleak sense of humor.
Ready to launch. It's been a pleasure working with you, sir.
Skydove, would you cut it out? Stand by to launch.
Very well, sir. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Hirocool was up and away, traveling through the sky at bullet speed. The United Kingdom of Utopia was on the other side of the world. Hirocool had last been there when the princess was presenting him with a medal for saving her country from last year's zombie invasion. Hirocool continued to sail through the air, over land, mountains, and oceans. Skydove's voice came through his watch.
Sir, be careful. I'm detecting an enemy drone in the sky up ahead.
All right, looking. Uh-oh. It's dead ahead. I can't avoid it.
Prepare for impact, sir.
Hirocool was headed right for a large drone, hovering in the sky ahead. Just as he was about to collide, he quickly drew his air blaster pistols and blasted the drone with a powerful jolt of air. The drone spun out of the way just in the nick of time, as Hirocool swooshed by, unscathed.
Fancy shooting, sir. That was your fastest quick draw on record.
Sweetness to the peakness. Hirocool's flight started to lose speed. Finally, he was nearing the airspace over the Utopian capital.
Sir, I'm detecting several heat signatures in the clouds up ahead.
Uh-oh. That could only mean one thing. The Cloud Ninjas. Suddenly, a huge net flew out of the clouds and wrapped around Hirocool, bringing him to a screeching halt. Then he fell onto a hard surface. He looked up as several ninjas dressed all in white surrounded him with swords drawn. He looked around and saw that he was on a humongous hover ship that had been hidden in the clouds. Hirocool had dealt with the Cloud Ninjas before, and they hadn't exactly parted on very good terms either. See, the thing about Cloud Ninjas is that they demand you pay sky taxes if you pass through their area, which is a nice way of saying they're a gang of thieves.
So, Hirocool, we meet again.
It was the leader of the Cloud Ninjas, an evil and crazy master of the martial arts. They called him Master Disaster, or sometimes Master D for short. He looked down at Hirocool and threatened him with his razor-sharp sword. Oh, Master Disaster. Ninjaing hard or hardly ninjaing?
Very funny, Hirocool. I sure hope you have the sky taxes you owe me, plus today's trespassing fee.
Well, I see your brain is still partly cloudy. Do I need to remind you that you don't have the authority to charge taxes?
Wrong again. We can charge anything we want. We have more guys, so we own the skies.
Sir, your green dot is surrounded by hundreds of red dots. This is exciting. I hardly ever get to have my screen this lit up.
Yes, very exciting, Dovey. Hirocool slowly got to his feet. Master D aimed his sword closer to Hirocool's chest.
No sudden moves, Hirocool. I'd hate to have to dirty my blade. Now, let me guess why you're here. Is it to save your girlfriend of Utopia?
I don't know about girlfriend. What makes you think she's in danger?
You would be surprised what comes through our airspace. Royal carrier pigeons, for instance.
He held up a small, rolled-up note. Hirocool recognized it as an authentic message from one of the princess's carrier pigeons.
This message explains everything you want to know about your precious princess. Simply pay what you are, and I'll give it to you.
Hirocool didn't carry the kind of money they wanted, and looking around at the highly trained ninjas, he knew that winning a straight-on fight with this many, even with his legendary skill, would be quite difficult. And with the clock still ticking on getting to the princess, any more delays may be too late.
So you see, your situation is hopeless this time, Hirocool. There is no escape, not even for you.
Ha! I've already thought of 17 possible ways to escape. And 3 of the scenarios have you paying me taxes. Master D and all the ninjas laughed wildly, but while they were laughing, Hirocool was plotting. Something interesting you should know about Hirocool is that he doesn't just like to escape. No, that would be too simple for his incredible imagination. He insists on figuring out the coolest way possible to escape. Looking around, he saw that there were 2 huge fans that powered the hover ship. If he could get the fans to blow clouds toward each other, it could create a small lightning strike. And if his calculations were correct, that could have a very interesting effect on the metal ship. But where were the ship controls? Aha, he had it. The coolest escape plan. All right, Disaster. I'll consider paying your taxes.
You better... What? Are you serious right now?
I just have to know that my tax dollars are going to good use.
Huh?
Yes, I first need to know that this hovercraft is up to code and running economically. I'll need to take a look at the control room if you want my tax money.
We could just take it from you. Search him, Min.
Because you don't want your men to know that this ship is actually falling apart. All the ninjas froze and turned toward their master suspiciously.
Fine, let him see the perfectly functioning control room. But try anything funny, Hirocool, and we'll slash you into spaghetti.
A group of 4 ninjas surrounded Hirocool, removed the net, and tied his hands together with a rope. They grabbed his arms and began to lead him toward the control room. One particular ninja leaned into his ear.
Mr. Cool, I just wanted you to know I am one of your biggest fans. Me and some of the other ninjas listen to your adventures all the time.
Oh, thank you. Always great to meet a fan. And what's your name?
Ned, sir.
Well, tell me, Ned the Ninja, ever thought about becoming a hero yourself?
Me, a hero? Nah, they always told me I'd never amount to nothing but a dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Preposterous. I sense the heart of a true hero somewhere deep inside that ninja suit.
Really? You mean it?
Does Darth Vader wear black pajamas?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I still think you got the wrong guy. I could never.
Their conversation was cut short as they reached the control room. There it was, a huge control board with all kinds of switches and buttons, and thousands of flashing and blinking lights.
As you can see, Hirocool, everything is ship-shape on this hover ship, even after all the repairs from that tornado damage you tricked us into.
Well, not everyone gets to see a twister that up close, so you're welcome. But wait a minute, those air rudder controls look a little loose to me. Of course, Hirocool had no idea where the air rudder controls were, but hopefully he was about to find out. Disaster foolishly reached for the controls, gave them a few pulls, tilting the ship back and forth, and then shot a smug look back at Hirocool.
Any more concerns about your tax dollars before we take them?
Nope, you've given me plenty of info.
Now, I know Hirocool never lies, so you better pay up.
All right, well, here's the truth. All the gold coins I've got on me are hidden in my left boot.
Very good. This will come in handy, since we recently had some money go missing from our reserves. You, fetch the money.
Master D motioned for a ninja to go get it. The ninja crouched down at Hirocool's feet and reached for the boot. Suddenly, Hirocool kicked the ninja's hands out from under him, making him fall face first onto the deck. The perfect stepping stone. Hirocool stepped onto the ninja's back and hurled himself up into the air. Master Disaster swung his sword and missed as Hirocool performed a perfectly executed front flip over Master D's head, landing right in front of the control board. Hirocool grabbed the two air rudder controls and pulled them toward each other.
No, you fool!
The two giant hover fans began to blow toward each other, making the whole ship shake violently, knocking all the ninjas to the ground. Warning alarms started going off all over the hover ship. Everyone on board began to stumble around, trying to regain their footing. Electrical sparks started to surge in the air. Lightning could happen at any moment. Just then, Ned the ninja tripped and started to roll overboard. With no thought of his own safety, Hirocool reached out and grabbed Ned by the hand, saving his life. Ned looked at Hirocool for a second, then he looked back at his master. He didn't know what to do. Master D gave an evil look, sliding his finger across his throat. That was an order for Ned to end Hirocool. Ned lifted his sword up in the air above Hirocool. Hirocool looked up, but didn't move. All the ninjas and Master D froze to see what would happen next. Ned swung his sword down toward Hirocool. All of the ninjas flinched, then looked on in disbelief. Just as Hirocool had predicted, Ned had cut the ropes from Hirocool's hands. Master D was beside himself with anger.
Traitor! Kill them both!
Nice slice, Ned. Ready to be a hero now, huh?
Does Chuck Norris have a beard?
Oh, Ned, by the way, don't touch anything metal just now.
Huh?
Ned joined Hirocool on top of a wooden spool. Just then, a bolt of lightning struck the middle of the hover ship. Ninjas flew back everywhere from the force of the strike. Half of them were knocked overboard. The thunderclap was almost deafening. Master Disaster and the remaining ninjas slowly got back to their feet. Master D, you really should try to avoid these natural disasters. It's like your ship is some kind of magnet for them.
Okay, Hirocool. Avoid this if you can. Cloud Ninjas, ready your throwing stars!
Each ninja pulled out a very sharp, very deadly throwing star.
Ready, aim, throw!
A swarm of throwing stars filled the air, directly on a path toward Hirocool. Hirocool didn't budge, but kept a confident, perhaps overconfident, hero pose. There was no cover, no escape, until all of a sudden the throwing stars seemed to be getting heavier and heavier as they began dropping out of the sky. They all stuck flat to the floor of the ship, right in front of Hirocool, because the ship was now a giant electromagnet due to the lightning strike, just as Hirocool had planned. That's odd. There's not a star in the sky.
Cut him to shreds!
The dumb ninjas pulled out their swords, only to have them magnetically sucked out of their hands and stuck to the ground as well. Looks like a unanimous surrender to me. Very well, I accept.
Genius, sir. But I'm afraid the magnetic charge is only temporary.
The effects of the electromagnet were gone. Now all the ninjas picked up their swords and surrounded Hirocool and Ned, edging their blades closer and closer to the two heroes. Suddenly, and without warning, Hirocool grabbed his hidden sword handle from his back. True blue. He extended the blade to full length and swung it toward the front row of ninjas, knocking their swords out of their hands. The other ninjas froze in their tracks as the infamous blue blade glistened in the sun, for they had all heard of Hirocool's amazing abilities with his special sword. No one dared to fight against him. Master Disaster was furious at his ninja's cowardice.
Whoever kills Hirocool gets a raise, all the way up to minimum wage.
Be careful, Hirocool. He's never lost a sword fight.
I'll be as cautious as Clark Kent at a kryptonite convention. Ned bent down and opened up a hidden hatch in the floor and disappeared down the chute. Skydove, did he just,
Well, sir, it is his first day as a hero. Give him a break.
Right. Hirocool took a flying leap at the ninjas with the most dazzling swordplay they had ever experienced. He battered his way through the crowd of ninjas, sending them flying back onto the ground. A group of ninjas snuck behind him with their blowguns. They shot out a slew of darts right toward his back.
Hirocool, behind you!
Hirocool whirled around and drew out his trusty air blasters and blasted all the darts up into the sky in a hail of gunfire. Then, as the ninja crowd parted, Hirocool stood face to face with Master Disaster.
Now, we will find out just how good you really are, Hero Cool.
Well, if it helps, I once did a Google search for villains better than Hero Cool. Got 0 results.
I will make you into chop suey.
Blades crashed together. An incredible sword fight ensued between the 2 expert swordsmen.
Smart sound.
The Cloud Ninjas watched the fight, pushing each other for position to get a good look. Every move was lightning quick. There were swings, ducks, jumps, and flips. Just as Master D thought he had the upper hand, Hero Cool took his phone out and started Instagramming the fight. This made Disaster very put out. Master D, you look angrier than Thanos attempting a second snap. An interfering ninja shot out a rope behind Hero Cool, trying to trip him. Hero Cool grabbed Boomer from his belt and threw it, slicing the rope in 2. The boomerang took off up into the sky and didn't return. Yeah, that's about right. During the distraction, Master D had secretly pulled out his poison-tipped throwing knife. He'd never missed a kill with it, and now Hero Cool was in his sights. He thrust the poison blade forward with perfect aim, right toward Hero Cool. One touch from the poison under your skin, and you were a goner. Hero Cool looked up to see the blade approaching his face. He had no time to react, no time to use his weapons. And we are out of time for today. I'm sorry, heroes. We'll have to continue this story on the next episode. All right, the producers are telling me we do have a little more time. Let's hurry. So, the knife was headed right for Hero Cool, and right before it struck him, there was a brilliant flash of light that blinded Hero Cool. When he regained his sight, he didn't know where he was. He was standing inside a large, beautiful temple, and he could hear heroic music playing softly in the background. The temple was filled with a light layer of smoke, and there were burning torches all around. Uh-oh, it finally happened. I've snapped. Skydove, are you there?
Yes, of course I am. I'm right behind you.
Hero Cool turned around only to see Skydove, live and in person. No one really knows what exactly she looks like. You'll have to ask Hero Cool, I guess, but there she was.
Don't you recognize where you are?
Seems awfully familiar. This isn't the new Dave and Buster's, is it? Hero Cool looked all around. There were huge, majestic columns. The ceiling seemed to go up forever. Hero Cool saw a tall, muscular figure walking toward him. He had long white hair and a flowing white beard. Hero Cool knew him from somewhere. He knew this man was someone friendly, especially when he jolted forward and gave Hero Cool a big bear hug. To be continued. Join us for the next episode of Hero Cool.